The Spanish clubs, for tactics, no. For technique, yes. For youth development, yes. But you know, there were times the Spanish teams had their time in terms of spending. Also no time. But even when they had their time, well, those teams performed. And the reality is that if you look at the days, not teams like Deportivo La Corona, Valencia, Malaga in spending. But Valencia they are spending under Peter Lem. When Deportivo La Corona were spending back in the days. And then the mom could lose 4-1 at the Giuseppe Meazza in San Siro. A big winning 4-0 at the Reza Stadium against AC Milan. The likes of Juan Carlos Velarón, a setup, Alberto Lique, almost set up now, a bet 10. Yes, a game no El Reza Stadium. And when Valencia during the time under Rafael Benitez, the likes of Hector Raul Coupa more time now more expanded. They were playing in the Champions League final. Into lose twice in the Champions League final, one to Real Madrid Star Louis the second then in France. It ended up 3 goals, Michael Fernando Morientes and Raul Blanco Gonzalez. And almost against Bayern Munich at the Giuseppe Meazza Sports Stadium in San Siro. I know some will lose on penalties and so on Tisicadie, a lot to teams and said you no matter how you look at it, upon all the teams that are spending, and I said that almost spending in the previous years and in the Spanish La Liga, and I said you man no more winning Champions League now in Madrid and FC Barcelona. Upon all the spending. Valencia bought Champions League final, so the spending at that time, no, Eddie Omuko could do multiple Champions League final. The spending at Deportivo La Corona, Eddie Omuko could do the semi-finals of Champions League. But Omu no meant me and Malaga, Omunya take over no. Omutimi boyer to the quarter-final stage against Borussia Dortmund, and Obia Kada Felipe Santana famous goal. It will be that was the days of Isco. And then coach FN Manuel Pellegrini was the coach at that time. Spain for not spending a resume to win it besides Barcelona and then Real Madrid in the Champions League night day. Let's not forget, over the years, since Diego Pablo Simeone take it over, I all spending so much, and the Atletico Madrid are Bebo Champions League final too. But in Spain you can spend, but spending it over. And they be through Champions League final. To win it, aside Real Madrid and Barcelona in recent time, it has been tough for the Spanish clubs. It is spending there naturally. If a team spend a result team, in the Premier League, in the previous years, it was Arsenal and Manchester United. To some extent, Liverpool. But Chelsea started so almost spending. Almost the Champions League, look at Manchester City. When they started spending, Omulusu to Chelsea, Omabeshe in Tamala at the Champions League. It is spending there. A Buoma team, a Basro, a Buoma team, a win trophies. And I agree. Such Spanish clubs and so almost spend there. The level of competition on between me opposed in European game with the Basro. Basejo. In England, the other teams are almost spending, almost free Liverpool, almost free Manchester United, almost free Nottingham Forest, almost free Aston Villa. I'm talking about teams that have won the UEFA Champions League. Premier League in almost now about BGB. But in Spain, so spend there, it is difficult to surpass Madrid, it is difficult to surpass Barcelona, so beat me at a Champions League. And in all the discussion, the last time Barcelona won the Champions League was way back in 2015 at Berlin Stadium in Germany against Juventus. And I said, it be a GB. So 2015 to 2026, you are talking about 11 years. In the last 12 years, Madrid had these 6 titles in the Champions League. In Spain, the said you, spend there, but it's difficult to separate the two clubs. So beating are winning. By overall spending there, a bomb team, 18 episodes.